I fantasize a lot about retribution, and then I thought, why not fantasize about them apologizing and compensating me for what they have put me through? Generally speaking, focusing solely on the last 5 commandments, there is no compensation for any of the crimes committed. You cannot bring the victim back. You cannot remove the memory of betrayal. The victim will now forever be extra careful with their possessions. Even if you restore someone's reputation, they have already suffered because of the defamation. And the other person can't trust you since you resent them for what they possess. If you cannot compensate anyone for anything you have done, what's the point of apologizing? Apologizing humanizes the victim, acknowledges them as an equal, demonstrates that they are worthy of care and respect, and prevents future harm. No one likes to admit they've done wrong. No one likes to be humbled. However, we all know what it feels like when wrong has been done to us. We all know how it feels when someone thinks we're not worthy of consideration. Therefore, when our turn comes, it is our duty. We must reassure our hurt self that there are people who are willing to do the right thing. Unrighteousness demands righteousness. Of course, there are those who know they've done wrong. They know they must apologize, but not really, since they've done wrong to someone they consider to be a villain. Jesus says to love our enemies and do good to them. Because duty, honor, morality, righteousness, and justice aren't situational or conditional. A firefighter or a police officer cannot choose not to respond to a call from someone they happen to dislike. You're weak, you're dumb, you're a loser, you're inferior. You are harmless. You shouldn't even be here. I know I've done wrong, but nothing bad will ever happen to me. And if I lose whatever minimal cordial relationship I have with you, I have thousands of friends, and I only engage with you because I have to, because we work together. So no, I don't need to, and I'm not going to apologize. Well, it just happens that I know this guy who, in his youth, used to steal from stores and never got caught. Once, when traveling by plane, someone cloned his debit card and stole money from him. I told him it was karma. He paused for a second and knew that what I was saying was correct, but he deflected by saying it wasn't that deep. He was just another victim. Okay, knowing how God works, I just think it's funny he shared that story of his thievery with me around the same time this thing was happening to him. It feels like God put me in his path at that time to make the connection for him, to point out that he wasn't a victim, that was payback. But then again, maybe it wasn't that deep. Against you, I have sinned and done what is evil in your sight, so that you are justified when you speak and blameless when you judge. Therefore, my dears, when you've done wrong, you haven't done wrong to the victim, but to the creator of that victim. And you better believe he's going to collect.